Protesters in Kiev have repeated their calls for the resignation of Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovich. Here, a group of mothers demonstrate against Russian President Vladimir Putin's involvement in their country's affairs. They want to see closer ties with the EU rather than Russia. Ukraine's unrest began in November when Yanukovych backed away from a trade deal with the EU and instead agreed a loan with Russia. Now the EU and US are considering a big loan to help the debt-laden former Soviet nation. European Commissioner President José Manuel Barroso insists the EU is not competing with Russia for Ukraine's loyalty.
A country that is facing very huge challenges, if we can do something more in this particular phase that we are discussing with other partners, certainly always with the perspective of helping Ukraine in its European path, because we believe that is the path that most Ukrainians clearly prefer. They want to come closer to the European Union, and certainly we are ready to support that.
Yanukovych is now back at work after 4 days of illness. His office said he had been suffering from a fever and breathing problems, but opposition leaders accuse him of playing for time. His first task is to name a new Prime Minister to replace Mykola Azarov, who resigned last week, along with the rest of his cabinet. The government has offered to repeal controversial anti-protest laws and to pass an amnesty for detained protesters. But these demonstrators will not be placated. They want Yanukovych out and fresh elections to be called.